Do you feel like the past months have gotten away from you? Maybe you're stressed, overworked, or just too busy to focus on what you really care about. The good news is that there's always time to regroup and begin again. The Computer Club proudly presents the Talk Life podcast, episode 1 on mental health with Mrs. Samarpita Nath. Are we depressed or it is just sadism? Our psychotherapist sits down and acknowledges the basic facts and misconceptions about mental health and how to seek help when needed. Catch on the latest episode to know that.
Okay, so good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
So, ma'am, you don't need any introduction for everything. No, everybody knows you. So, ma'am, we'll be starting with the topics about mental health. So, just basic introduction about mental health, if you can provide.
Okay, I just wanted to give some emphasis on mental health first. Like, when we are not in the track, when we are not in the correct track, which we are doing, like the whole schedule is going on in one track, and we are out of the track. That time you have to know and you have to agree to this thing that it's a mental problem or a health issues you are going through with.
So, ma'am, generally people would consider is depression is also mental illness. Is it so?
No, it's not like that. Actually, the students, the adolescents people and the new puberty people, those who are reaching into this stage, they doesn't know what is sadism and what is depression. There are a lot of difference between two of the things. When they are sad, they ask the people that, are you depressed? But it's not the case. Depression is a long-term thing which has to be detected and you need some other's help to get out of that. But sadism doesn't want any kind of help.
So, as any other illness or a problem, it also has a stage-wise development, I guess.
Yes.
So,
yes.
being a parent or a psychotherapist or a teacher, how do we identify that yes, this child is on the way to get depressed or the depression?
If we see now these days things, then I will say that there are 5 things which has to be noted and acknowledged by the student as well as parents as well as teacher. That is, one is depression, which we are talking about. Other thing is eating disorder, which the person doesn't know, which the child doesn't know how much to eat, when to eat, how to eat. Is it too much for him or it is nothing for him? So that is the second case. And the third thing is anxiety. When the child doesn't know like how to behave in the actual scenario. He is panicking or shivering or not talking or he's not coming in front of the people. So that is again case which sometimes it increases according to the situation and sometimes it's normalized according to the situation again. So this is the third thing. Fourth thing is examination phobia, which increases day by day. So in examination phobia, you will be feeling nauseatic, you will be feeling vomiting feeling is there, you will like to puke before the exams are coming. Maybe 48 hours we can say, because according to the observation, before 48 hours only, the child used to react accordingly. So that's the thing.
Being a teacher, ma'am, I also have noticed one thing in students, that state of shyness.
Yes.
Like, if a child is too shy, so how do we handle those children?
We call it that as social anxiety. It's not a shyness or something, it's social anxiety and it's developed with the stages. But when it is a previous stage or previous stage, then we call it as a shyness. So we can definitely work on it. How we will ask the child to read something in the class or a poem is there. He can elaborate about the poem or anything about his introduction, a small kind of introduction he is giving or she is giving about herself. He can do that in a regular therapy or exercise. Then the he or she can come out of this social anxiety problem, which is called shyness once again.
So like every time it may not be possible to reach to the psychotherapist.
Yes.
Or a psychiatrist. I'll go to the in the next question I'll go to that point, but then now, being a general parent, general teacher,
yes,
how do we deal with such situations? Like there are varieties of students.
Okay. Yeah.
Some are too shy,
yes,
some are too extrovert, some are some kind of monotonous kind of students.
Yeah.
So, what is your suggestion on this?
Firstly, I just wanted to tell you, like from 9th to 12th, whatever the behavior has been developed by the child, it will remain whole of the life of the person. So it's an individuality, or what you say, the character build-up or the nature build-up of the person. So from 9th onwards to 12th, we have to keep a keen observation as a teacher. It is very much important for the teacher to observe the child, whether there are some changes happening or not.
I'm sorry, remember the 9 to 12, is it age or class?
Class.
Class.
Yeah, it's a class from 9th grade up to 12th grade.
12th grade.
Yes. From 6th and 7th, because this is a technological time right now, we can go up beyond that also, like 6 and 7. But the right emphasis or the right thing which you can acknowledge is from 9th grade only. Because the hormonal changes, everything, puberty will be starting. And from that, the teacher has to have a very keen observation on the child. If something he or she is watching in the person or the child, then I think it has to be rectified as soon as possible.
So is it that because of this, some child or children becomes reluctant to share things to their parents,
Yes.
peer groups, friends?
Yes. Firstly, they think that the parents would not understand this thing. They will not understand their position, their scenario. They are not bothered about it. Two of the things can be done. Third thing is, like, the parents are very busy maybe. They both are working. They doesn't have time to sit with the child.
And most of the parents don't have.
Most of the parents. And now these days we are watching these things. They don't have parents. At least 10 to 15 minutes they don't have, and they don't sit with the child and ask them what was the routine today. What was the schedule you have done today. So that's the thing. That is the reason they are feeling a little bit of, disconnected with their parents and not talking with them.
So ma'am, you've said about parents. So the stigma of that, parents believing that visiting a counselor is like they have a mental disorder. So can you please elaborate about that?
Yes, sure. I just wanted to give this, a message or suggestion to everyone, those who are listening this thing today, that if the person is out of the track or needs help, it doesn't mean that he or she is insane or mad or out of the track he has gone. It's not like that. Counselors are the suggesters, those who can suggest things, and after the suggestion, if you are listening to that suggestion properly, then you will be on the track again. So that is the thing, mainly. So going to the counselor is not a very bad thing. It's a good thing. If you are confused, if you don't know how to solve my problems or what to do next, I think the counselor will definitely help you out, because they are the unbiased people in the society working.
Or we can say ma'am, professional people.
Professional
for some
people,
particular
they are hired.
problem.
Yes, they are trained, they are hired about this. So they knows the brain games which is going on, which the other people must be not knowing about the speciality. That is the main thing that's going on.
So ma'am, you mean to say that there is a difference between depression, sadism, and insane, or what we call
Mad.
in Hindi mad.
Yes.
There is a vast
Mad
difference.
people, insane people, they doesn't need any counselor because they don't understand. They only need injection ailments, locking them up, and shock therapy, and that is the only thing we can treat it about. The psychotherapist only can deal with the normal people, those who can understand, they are in the senses, they are having all the 6 organs working in that way.
So
That's
basically
fine.
they are just a little off track. So the
Off track
professional,
or
they'll bring
confused,
it
we
back.
can say. It's not off track even, they are
Yeah.
confused in their path, like which way I have to go to reach my destination. That's it.
So if there is a misconception that if my child is depressed or into sadism,
Yeah.
one day he or she will be insane or mad.
Yeah,
Is
it could be. It could be in some of the cases, in some of the scenario, if the child is depressed and it's not, detected like in the previous stages, then definitely it can go to the clinical one, then the acute one, then the chronic one. It may happen. So it's good to prevention better than the cure thing. So if you can observe the child is sad, not talking to the people, not enough, communication is not there, then I think he or she should take a help on the very first stage.
So what is also seen is, ma'am, like a teenager or any children, let us generalize it, if they have a problem, and as you said, they are reluctant to go to the parents,
Yes.
because they think that our parents don't understand us, my friends don't understand me,
Yeah.
my teachers don't understand me.
Correct.
and what they start is they start Googling.
Correct.
So how good is it to Google real life problems, and what is the solution to it?
In some extent, like if it is a very small thing to discuss with, then Google will definitely help, because it's a little bit of treats are given in there. But I must say that in every cases Google will not help. Why? Because some of the extent it's given like the supreme things are given in that thing, which will not work for the child at that moment of time.